Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gut. That's what I'm going to call it for at least right now. Gut stands for Greg's Unscripted Thoughts. This is episode 2. What I'm doing here, what I want to do with this type of format is just save everything that's on my mind. If you watch the first episode, you kind of got a gist of how that kind of goes. I want to get a lot more practice speaking, especially online. So I figured that just doing something like this would give me a lot more comfortable and possibly doing, different things in the future, interviews, maybe another podcast where I interview people. I just figured doing this type of thing will help me a lot. See what's going on, and hope I'm not breathing too hard to this microphone. I got a new mic. Well, you probably can't really see it too much. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got a new microphone. I got a stand for it, all that kind of stuff. Just figured if I really want to take it seriously, I should get a few things as far as when it comes to equipment. So I didn't go out all out like spending a ton of money on some of this stuff, but I just would like for the audio quality to be decent and for the setup to be, semi professional, if you want to call it that. I don't know. What have I been doing recently? Well, when it comes to art, I've still been creating art. I I know in the last episode I mentioned about I was I felt like I was going to hit a creative wall soon. And I think I kind of spoke it into existence. I should have just kept that to myself and not say it because I think I made it happen by saying it. I've been looking at a lot of different artists from the past. Recently, I've been looking more, and shout out to my guy Jan. He's a minimalism artist, and he's helped me so much as far as what type of artists to do research on, that type of stuff, because I'm really interested in minimalism, and I think my work gravitates more towards that, and I really enjoy that style. I can't really say if my work specifically is minimalism, but before I go on a tangent, Jan, he gave me a lot of different artists to look into, and Ellsworth Kelly is one that I've been looking at a lot more recently. Some of his works. I'm trying to find inspiration. I want to create something that's still my style, but different. What isn't it? What's that famous quote? Was it Picasso? I can't remember. When it says something, it goes along the lines. I don't remember it exactly. It goes along the lines of good artists. What is it? Great. I know it's something like great artists steal, good artists. Oh man, it's gonna drive me crazy. Give me 2 seconds. Let me look this up. Let me look this quote up. Let's see. I'm about to find it real quick. Oh yeah, Pablo Picasso. Good artist copy, great artist steal. I don't really know what that means. I mean, great artist copy. I mean, good artist copy, great artist steal. the word steal, maybe when he's referring to steal, he's talking a little more about heavy inspiration. I don't know if that's a term that people use, but I know I've been inspired by especially colors. Like a lot of my backgrounds are red or blue and yellow. I've seen a lot of that and been inspired by other artists. I don't know. I don't want to really go too far into that. I probably have to think a little harder about what that really means, what Picasso really meant by that. But again, getting back to, I'm trying to create something new, a little different. The style that I'm working on now is kind of, as a kid, I grew up wanting to be an architect for a good while. And I think what I'm making now, these stacks, are my interpretation of futuristic, more modern style skyscrapers. And that's kind of what I see. And they're not even, perfectly stacked, like straight up and down. They're shift left or right. Sometimes they go up at an angle and turn another angle. So I've just been playing around with that, and I've been experimenting with some other stuff in the background. I don't know if I really want to show it yet, but I still continue to create art every day. Haven't been posting as much as I should have. I haven't been posting as much as I should recently. The ultimate goal, of course, for most artists is to become renowned and have your work on display in some of the greatest museums, have your work auctioned off at some of the greatest auction houses like Christie's, Sotheby's. So I kind of I'm trying to work, like, the goal is this one thing. Let me just take and don't get mad at me. I'm not a super degenerate when it comes to drinking wine. It's just, I'm the only one in this house that drinks it. So I'm like, well, instead of using a glass, should drink it out the bottle. Well, it's only me, so. And if you think that's some degenerate stuff, then hey, it is what it is. Where was I? Oh, yeah. I have this ultimate goal that I put out here. I don't want to, give every bit of what that goal is, but I have the goal, and I'm trying to work backwards. So, like, okay, and work from where the goal is all the way back to where I am right now, and make a decision on what steps I need to make to get to where I want to go. And I know in these early stages, if I want to sell art, I need to show my art more. I need to put my face out there more. I know I was speaking with someone in the DMs on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and it was a collector who's an anon, and we were just going back and forth discussing a couple things. I was asking him some questions, and he was asking me why I show my face now. Because before, I was an anon as well when I first started creating art, and then minted some art on Ethereum, Tezos, and recently, I think it's been at least a year at this point, I've been putting my face out there. And he was asking why I did that. And I just figured, when it comes to the crypto side of things, I know a lot of us who've been in crypto for a while. I've been in since right at the end of 2020. And especially on the NFT side of things, you run into scams, all these Anon creators, these Anon projects, all that kind of stuff, and people getting rugged left and right. I mean, I've gotten rugged once, and then got scammed once also. But I think everybody's been through it at least once or twice. And I think what I learned from that is I'm probably never going to invest money into a project that I can't see the person's face. If I can't see your face or your name, it just makes it a little more difficult for me to make that decision to invest money into the project. So when I started thinking that way, I was like, well, if I would want future collectors to be more comfortable with me and more trusting of me, I should put my face out there and my voice out there, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm doing things like this, because I want people to see me. I want them to hear me and just let them know that, hey, I'm here. And I want to get to know collectors better. I want to be in the community more. So that was the main thing, really, when it comes to that part, was I want people to, feel more comfortable with me. So I need to be out there, me, my face, and my name. And also, too, with my last name, with what the goals that I have, I want to make my family proud. I want to make my family's name known across the world, So this just one of the steps. And doing this type of speaking on the internet and posting the video online is just something that'll help me, get a lot more comfortable with it, because, like most people, when it comes to creating content, they probably have the fears or insecurities about, man, I look bad, or my voice sucks, or, just those type of things. So in order for me, because I, just like any other normal person in the world, I have insecurities as well. And one of them was putting my face out there online for everybody to see. And then my own voice annoys me. So I just figured if it annoys me, it'll probably annoy other people. But, this is something I have to do. If I want to achieve the dream that I have, this is a step that I need to take. So I'm here. And I just figured when I get a lot more reps doing this, that I'll start to get a lot more comfortable, and it won't feel as weird and awkward. What else going on? I guess we'll just move on from that. I know I probably just went on a tangent, but again, this is unscripted thoughts here. What else do I have going on? The other main thing that I've been doing a lot recently, excuse me, books. There's a book that I've been listening to on audio called Oversubscribed. I know I've been looking up a friend of mine who's an artist as well suggested to me recently about learning a little more about branding and building a name for yourself. So going down the branding rabbit hole. Oh, here we go. Going down the branding rabbit hole, I came across this author. Let me just bring his name up real quick. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my phone. His name is Daniel Priestley. And he has a couple of books. I downloaded a few of them on Audible so I can listen to them during the day. And the book that I'm currently listening to is Oversubscribed. And it gives you a lot of good concepts as far as, what. Okay, I guess I could just tell you this part. When it comes to how I ideally would want to sell my artwork going forward, it would be one-of-ones and one-of-ones only. I know I've collected a ton of art. At least, especially on the NFT side of things, it's been hundreds of pieces of art I've bought, with a large number of them being one-of-ones. So I know that feeling of having a one-of-one, knowing that it's mine and no one else's, is just something that's unmatched. So I would only want to sell one-of-ones going forward. I know I still have edition pieces floating out around there. I think I have one edition on like Rareable or somewhere. Like one of the first places where I minted artwork. That was from years ago. But I want to sell one-of-ones only going forward. And the concept that I'm getting from Oversubscribed currently is, because I want to sell one-of-ones, but then small amount, maybe 10 a month, maybe, or a little more or less. But it's really about building up a base and trying to find the interest out there of people that would be interested in my work, and kind of get feelers of like, how much would you be willing to pay for, said artwork, that kind of stuff. Just, I'm really early in the book, so it's just a book. It's really interesting. It has some good concepts, and I think for artists it could be a really good resource. Oversubscribed by Daniel Priestley. So I've been going through that and doing a lot more thoughts on branding since I've started to put my face out there more. And also, my mind runs crazy. I tell you, especially in the mornings, my mind's all over the place. And when I feel things slowly start to unravel in my head, I always refer back to this book right here. As a man thinketh. And it kind of helps, brings my mind back to, center. That's what you want to call it, because my mind, like, this is where I want to be a lot of times, but then my mind just goes all over the place, and then the path that I want to go on, I just kind of get distracted. So that's always a good resource. I always go back to that book, As a Man Thinketh. I think they have the audio version. I think they probably have them on YouTube or something where you could just listen to it for free, but I have the actual book. It's a, small book. It's something you could read like in if you had the time, maybe in like a few hours, even less than that if you're a really good reader. Or something you can listen to in audio form. It probably wouldn't be that long, maybe an hour, I assume. What else do we have? What else do I have going on? Got some more ideas. I've been getting a lot of new ideas for content. And there's another, oh man, I wish I could share it. But I want to make it a reality before I start throwing these ideas out there. I want to make sure that I have them ready to go. Because I know sometimes, excuse me, I know sometimes, and I wonder if other people feel like this too, when it comes to telling people your ideas or some of your dreams. You get that good feeling of saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing this and that. And you get that euphoria, I guess a certain amount of dopamine rush to your brain where you're like telling people what you want to do and then you don't do it. So I'm trying, and that's been me for when it comes to a lot of stuff. So that's something that I'm working on right now. And I started recently saying, before I tell anybody anything about what I'm doing, I want to make sure that I have it in motion and I'm doing it. Just like this. I haven't told anybody that I'm doing this. I don't even think, my wife doesn't know. I mean, none of my family members, anyone. Nobody in the Discord chats that I talk in, on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. It's just something that I wanted to start doing. And maybe, or not maybe, when it becomes more popular, then those people will start to see it out there in the interwebs. On social media and that kind of stuff. So, there's a diagram that I saw recently on Instagram, and I shared it on my story. It's a circle with 4 arrows in it, and between each arrow is the word think. So it's like the word think, and then another arrow pointing to the word think again, then from that another arrow pointing think, so on. And it goes in a circle. But then it's a spot at the bottom where it veers off. And instead of just going in a think circle, when you get to the point where you need to be, instead of thinking about it over and over and over again, it veers off to do. So that's where I'm at right now. And that's the mindset I need to have, is do. I think a little bit about it, make it happen. Because waiting for the perfect time for something like this, for certain things to happen, the perfect time never comes. So just start it. It's going to be rough in the beginning, just like this podcast. I'm sure I'm going to make sure to improve every episode. First episode, I was sick and I was talking horrible, I think. I haven't listened to it for a while, but now you see I have a microphone to show that. Well, I probably shouldn't have tapped it. Sorry if that bothers your ears, but I have a microphone now, so that it shows that I'm more serious about what I'm trying to do. I have a stand. I have a few other things coming as well. I got something else that I'm messing with too. You know what? I'll wait till I post it. I'll wait till then before I share that. Almost had to catch myself, because there's something else I'm working on too, but I want to make sure I'm doing it before I speak on it. But yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. Working on building better relationships as well in the art world, NFT land. I wish I could say some of the other things that I want to do, but I want to make sure, again, like I said, I want to make sure I'm doing them before I start speaking on it. I want to make sure that I'm making it happen. So I guess we can end right around there. Oh man, I've been talking almost 25 minutes. It didn't seem like that long, but you know. Here we go. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna end this episode number 2 of Gut Podcast, Greg's Unscripted Thoughts. If you made it this far, I mean, I commend you. Thank you very much, because I know my voice could probably put someone to sleep at the way it is now. But I'll make improvements. I promise you. I just don't want to be phony. You know, when it comes to creating this content, I don't want to be phony. I want to be like, hey guys, how you doing, dude? No, that's not me. That's not me. And that's probably not going to be me anytime soon. It just feels phony. But I'm going to figure out ways to improve this. I want to improve every episode, improve something. Maybe the next episode, throw up some edits here and there. But I really don't want to edit it too much either. Like chop, especially the audio parts. I don't want to have chops and skips and that type of stuff. Maybe I'll just start throwing random stuff up on the screen. Who knows? So thank you again for listening to episode number 2 of Gut Podcast. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. If you made it this far, type gut down in the replies in the comments. The first one that I see, type it. If there's a piece of artwork that you like that I made, I'll send it to you for free. On Tezos. Now, if you want me to send it to you on ETH, you'll have to send me at least like the gas, because you know how ETH goes if you're an ETH collector. So I guess it's free for Tezos, but if you want it anywhere else, like Ethereum or somewhere else, if there's a piece of art that you like, just type the word, first person to type gut down below in the replies or the comments, wherever this video is going to be. It's a free piece of artwork for you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I wish you all the best, and good night. Peace. Was that wink? That wink was corny. Where did that even come from? All right. See you later. Bye.